What's going on, y'all? This your boy KCFL King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. This is not the review. This is just the intro to the review. Um, Most of y'all know who Jessi Davin, aka Jessi The Buckeye is. Listen, just continue to pray for her because she's been going through a whole lot, and there's been so many people in the IWC, whole lot of wrestlers from all different wrestling promotions have been getting her nothing but praise and shout outs and just in telling her to stay encouraged along the way. If you subscribe to my channel and you know exactly what I'm talking about, just make sure you do the same to keep her in prayer and everything, because I believe in God that she can come up out of there 100% ready to go. And that's all. I just want to do this before I get ready to drop this review. So I'll let your boy.
This is a Lion and Brian Beats production.
What's good, y'all? I know it's super late. Your man's been on the road. Thanksgiving, family. I just ain't had enough energy to come back here and talk about this wrestling stuff, but I told you the review was coming. This is going to be lengthy because I got to address Mr. Austin Gunn. I'm going to address that in this review, but you're getting back to back because I want to separate this one from the Rampage review. So after I do this review, I'm going to do the Rampage one. I was thinking about just doing a whole collective video together, but I said, no, let me just go ahead and drop the Dynamite review and then give y'all the Rampage review right afterwards. So how did I feel about this episode, Thanksgiving episode of Dynamite, which was right around the corner from me? Nowhere. Like I said, driving distance. The show probably was like, 25 minutes away from me? And with my type of work I do, I literally was right by the place after the show was done. Literally. I could have probably took some pictures, but I was driving, so couldn't do that. But literally, I was right there. After the show was done, I seen the production trucks. I seen all, like, y'all, it was about several AEW production trucks that drove right past me. So I was right over there. But how did I feel about this Thanksgiving episode of Dynamite? This was a very good episode. Wasn't as great as last week's, but what murdered the entire show, when I mean murdered, I mean in a good way, was the very first segment. And normally you don't get a segment like this in AEW. Right off the map, we get a match. You know, it's a rarity that we're going to get a promo segment that's gonna take up about 20 minutes or so. Well, the two cats that was in this promo segment, they needed the time, and my goodness, did they deliver! I'm talking about CM Punk and I'm talking about MJF. So people have been complaining. When is CM Punk gonna get into a feud? When is he gonna get into a feud? I'm tired of this happy-go-lucky CM Punk. Well, MJF is about to give you that. Because what these two cats was talking about, they talked about some serious stuff. And they both embarrassed the mess out of each other. And I loved every moment of it. So, what they spoke of caused a whole lot of cats to get triggered in the IWC. You should know who those cats were. They got triggered because of the terminologies or the people that they were speaking of. The Miz got mentioned. John Cena got mentioned. Triple H got mentioned. And everybody was crying. The reason why I didn't have a problem with this, and normally I'm not gonna lie, AEW do be constantly name dropping WWE a lot, but in this segment, everything needed to be said had to be spoken of because it's realism. The one thing about AEW is the fact that they acknowledge that the AEW is not the only wrestling show. That's the problem with WWE. WWE act like WWE is the only wrestling show that's actually in existence today. No. They talked about UFC. They talked about the WWE, and I mean, they talked about everything. And the fact that the crowd was in the palm of their hands for, I mean, it was perfect. It was perfect. And what's about to transpire about this? I just want to ask myself is how the clown are they going to top themselves from what they both said? MJF dropped bombs, as he said, and CM Punk had him looking goofy at the end. Both of them spoke well. Both of them said what they had to say. It was a great segment. A great 20 minutes, which means I can't wait until we move forward into this feud. Like I said, how they going to top themselves on the mic because they just let everything hang. And the fact that the crowd was in, like I said, the crowd was in this whole thing. They loved it. They loved it. So kudos to that first segment. So after that, we got CM Punk versus QT Marshall. Scroll down so I get to it. Hold on. So that's basically everything they said. I'm not going to read all that. That was basically everything they said. Okay, yeah, so here's the match. So how did I feel about this match? I wasn't checking for QT Marshall, but him and CM Punk match was not that bad. It was actually a pretty good match. It was a pretty good match. CM Punk had to wrestle. He had to. It was back in Chicago. He had to wrestle. They chose QT Marshall. It wouldn't have been me, but match was decent. You knew QT Marshall wasn't gonna win. CM Punk gets the win. Crowd goes wild. So right after that, Tony Schiavone somehow found himself in the back talking with Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. Now, I'm kind of like not sure where we're going with them because we thought a heel turn was coming. I believe a heel turn is coming, but we're just not sure who's going to turn heel. We're not sure if it's going to be Christian or Jungle Boy who's going to turn. But what they was talking about the foolishness that they was dealing with the Bucks and Adam Cole and what's the young man name? Bobby Fish. Yeah, they was talking about they stuff. I'm like, it was a decent promo, right to the point. It is what it is. Now, another matchup that I wasn't checking for. The Gunn boys, Billy Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Austin Gunn ringside versus Bear Country. The crowd wasn't in this match at all. They was in CM Punk and QT Marshall match. They made some noise, but didn't nobody give a crap about this match. Nobody. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I have not found any type of excitement watching Bear Country. I know they was big in the independent scene, but I really have no desire to see them. And this is not to say that they not good wrestlers. It's just I just have no interest watching them. I'm watching, and I don't see nothing. And the fact that they was in a match with Billy Gunn and Colton Gunn, who I really don't give a rat's behind about, I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to give a crap about this? This is a matchup that is only supposed to be on Dark and Dark alone. See, this is the buffoonery that gets on my nerves about TK. TK will continue to push some crap that don't nobody give a rat's behind about. Don't nobody give a cat about Billy Gunn. Don't nobody give a crap about Colton Gunn. Don't nobody give a crap about Austin Gunn. And unfortunately, because Bear Country is hardly on the show, and when they get on the show, don't nobody give a care. Because when they was out there and they was trying to get some, a pop from the crowd was looking at them like, who is these clowns? Who the clown is them? Don't nobody know who they are. I'm going to talk about Austin Gunn a little bit later. I don't even want to talk about it right now. I just want to focus on the show, and then I'll address Austin Gunn's situation. They went in here, they hyped up the fact that Billy Gunn and Colton and all, they had this undefeated streak. I don't give a rat's behind about. You knew the Bear Boys wasn't winning. They wasn't. They wasn't. So Austin and them, they end up winning. I mean, not Austin. Billy Gunn and they end up winning. Yeah, they end up beating them. And then here comes Sting and Darby. So I have no desire to see this feud. I have no desire at all, y'all. I don't. Tony Khan is... See, this is the type of stuff that I hate watching AEW. I hate it. Because it's like beating a dead horse. Darby and Sting is on top of their game. And then you gonna go try to feud them with these bozos? I don't care. I don't have no desire to see this feud. I don't want to see this feud. I'm over it. I'm not gonna give a crap about what happens in this feud, because you know who's gonna win in the end. It's gonna be Sting and Darby. But I'm not interested in no type of story, no nothing. I don't care. I'm sorry to the people who love Billy Gunn and his sons, but they just don't bring nothing to the table. Absolutely nothing. The only thing decent about Billy Gunn is the fact that he's in excellent shape for at his age. But other than that, I don't care nothing about them. I don't have no desire to see these clowns. None. So I told TK, man, TK, you going to have to get this stuff straight, man. Because then you wonder how come don't nobody want to watch the show. It's because you be booking bull crap like this. Nobody trying to see that. So, obviously, this feud is going to continue on. So, we move on. Bobby Fish and Adam Cole backstage. They cut a promo talking about, and then the best friends in Yuta, a.k.a. OC and Yuta, they walk up. They get into their face. They say, all right, cool. You want to match up? Fine. We'll see you bozos on Rampage. So, there it was. Matchup set. Yuta, OC versus Bobby Fish, Adam Cole. Now, backstage segment, we got Team Taz, Dante Martin, and Leo Rush, and they going over the contract about him possibly joining the FTW. Tony Khan, like I keep saying, when it comes to the black talent, I'm glad we're focused. I'm glad we're on the show. But I need stuff to make sense. I don't know what the clown was going on here, but Leo Rush was like, listen, this contract ain't looking right, because he was overlooking the contract. And he said, I just know dang well my boy Dante not finna sign. And he interrupted. He said, hold up, sir. Slow your roll. The boy signed the contract. And I'm sitting up and saying, Dante Martin is a heel now. Once again, I told you, why the heck does everybody black have to be a heel, man? Everybody black don't have to be a freaking heel to get over. I don't understand that. How the heck you turn one of the hottest acts in AEW and you got him joining Team Taz? Don't make no sense to me. I don't understand it. I know we're going to get Dante versus Leo. We know that's going to be the final set. But the fact that they going this route, I don't know. I don't know what the clown he signed. He signed It's like signing a death warrant because Team Taz, they not gonna treat him right. You already know that. It, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they got something in store. I don't know. But I was sitting there and I said, why? What the clown was going on here? What the heck is going on? I'm like, yo, my boy Dante is he turned it to the dark side? Like, no, man, no. I don't know. I can't call it. I can't call it, y'all. I cannot call it. Next, we get Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa with Britt Baker and Rebel at her ringside. At ringside for her. Y'all, this match is great. I think this is Jamie Hayter's best match being back in AEW. Thunder Rosa and her tore the house down. But the storyline that's taking place here is Jamie still cool with Rebel and DMD. Not after what happened in this matchup. Thunder wins because Britt Baker got involved and accidentally hit hit Jamie, costing her the match. Thunder ends up getting a pinfall on her, and now she's ticked off because she don't want nothing to do. And later on, they were supposed to have a Friends Thanksgiving feast. It was supposed to be all three girls and Tony Schiavone. Well, it just only be two because Jamie, she mad at them right now. She got every right to be mad at her because this DMD cost her the match. She got every right to be ticked off by Britt and them because they cost her the match. And I'm like, she's the wrong one to tick off. I'm like, Britt, you need muscle. Rebel's not your muscle. It's Jamie. Why the heck did you tick her off? Why did you screw her up? Thunder's moving on, and she will face Ms Jade Cargill. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the matchup Jade Cargill must. I repeat, she must keep up. We know Thunder's going to carry this matchup, but she must keep up with Thunder. She got to keep up with Thunder or she going to get left behind. And this is no knock against my girl because I love Ms Jade. I'm a huge Ms Jade Cargill fan. But I'm telling you right now, Jade, no. All these other matchups you'd have had, fine. Thunder Rose ain't the play. She ain't the one to play with. She is not to be played with. Now, a lot of people is already predicting Jade losing. They're predicting it. This is what everybody's predicting. Thunder Rosa is not winning the TBS Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Thunder is winning the AEW Women's Championship. Somehow, some way, Ms Jade is going to find a way to win this match. I don't think she should, but I got a strange feeling she's going to find a way to win. Why? Why do I say that? I say that because Tony Khan he's trying to do. Because remember, I told Jade got everything. The only thing she needs is the wrestling ability. That is the only thing my girl need. And I know people talk about, well, we need to put the title. I'm like, no, don't put the TBS Championship on Jade. Because the title is designed to elevate whoever has it and whoever is in the ring with whoever. It's not just put the title on her because she black and she a woman. No. It shouldn't be like that. I don't want, because that's what goes on over in the WWE. I don't want that mess happening in AEW. But I got a feeling somehow, some way, Jade's gonna win. Now I don't think she should. I think Thunder should win because, which means what's gonna happen. We're gonna get the rematch of Thunder and Ruby because I got Ruby beating Chris. That's not even a question. Ruby's beating that. I told you that title is set up for Ruby. That title is designed for Ruby. That title is Ruby's to lose. I'm just telling you right now. It's designed for Miss Ruby Soho. But Thunder and Jade Cargill, Jade got to keep up. If anybody can bring anybody to a great match, it's Thunder Rosa. And I'm praying that they have a phenomenal match when they finally meet up. Okay, so let's move on for that. But like I said, Jamie is ticked off. She's upset. She got every right to be upset. And I think she mad at Rebel too, but she really mad at DMD. Britt messed her up. I'm like, Britt, that's not the one you want to take off. She's your muscle. You don't want to mess her up, and that's exactly what you did. So, great match. Good segment. Alex Marvez is talking to Chris Jericho. And as he's talking, he just rambling off at the mouth saying some stuff. Listen, ladies, listen, folks. I saw people talk about that Chris Jericho's run in AEW should be up. Listen, if it wasn't for that man kicking this thing off, you know what I'm saying? He ain't going nowhere. I get what you're saying. I think it says time is come and gone. I believe so. I think Jericho wrestling. Look, we're gonna get certain matchups that we still haven't gotten yet with Jericho. Y'all understand that, but this segment to me was just kind of corny. He was trying to be funny, but it was corny as heck. 2.0 and Daniel Garcia, they interrupted him and talked about it, and so he tried to crack a joke about what he gonna do to him and all that stuff if they interrupt him again and all that stuff. Jericho just sound corny as heck. He tried to be funny, he just sound corny. He sound extra corny, trying to cut a promo on them. 2.0 and Daniel Garcia, them boys is off the chain right now. They is off the chain. Beefing with Eddie Kingston. Forgive me, y'all. I mean, look, TK has high promise with these cats. He has high promise. So, like I say, segment, when they showed up and, it was okay. But like I said, Jericho, he just sound corny. He sound extra corny when he was trying to be funny. And it just didn't come off funny. It didn't. It just came off corny. So, here we are. Friendsgiving. Britt, Rebel, Tony, minus Jamie. And she said everything was supposed to go to plan. And Jamie didn't do something and whatever. But she said I wanted to apologize to her and for screwing her up. And Thunder Rosa's not going to advance and all this stuff. And we're going to feast and everything. And Tony Schiavone said, yeah, Brett, that's great. But listen up. Guess who gets to fight you at the Black Friday edition of Rampage? Rio. And get this. If Rio beats you, she gets a shot at your title. She's like, I'm not wrestling on no Black Friday episode. Tony, you're tripping. Listen, folks. Tony Schiavone, I'm telling you, the storyline that we need is Adam Cole, Tony Schiavone, Britt Baker, and Britt finally snapping and doing as Adam asked her to do, which is let Tony not the guy no more. He ain't. And they still playing off this thing. And Tony, he just been talking big to her. Talk about, yeah. And she gon', she get a shot at you. And that's exactly what happened. The match was made. If Rio beat Britt, she gets a shot for her championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to tell you, that right there is just cold for that. A lot of the girls in the back are not up to par as they need to be. Because if that was the case, it would have been somebody else in that position. But the fact that a lot of the ladies are not in the position that they need to be wrestling wise, this is what we got to go back to. We got to call Rio back. And I'm a fan of Rio. I think Rio's an excellent wrestler. Some people don't like Rio because she's small. I'm like, hey, that's cool. I like Rio. You know what I'm saying? So, we get Bryan Danielson versus Colt Cabana. Colt being a Chi-Town native, I'm telling y'all, every time I be driving around the city, that man's billboard is all over the place. It got one with him without the AEW shirt on. Then they got one with it's just talk about ProWrestlingTees.com. You can get this shirt. But he's all over the place. Colt Cabana's billboard is everywhere throughout the city of Chicago. I'm just telling y'all right now. I can't help it. Every time I go somewhere, I look up, oh, there's Colt Cabana. Y'all, I didn't think this match wasn't going to be great. Man, Daniel Bryan and Colt Cabana tore the house down. And Bryan Danielson played his role as the heel in this feud. He said he's going to go through the entire Dark Order until they get his hands on the AEW World Champion, Mr. Hangman Page. This match is great. I loved everything about this match. Colt Cabana made you think he actually had a legitimate shot of beating Bryan. Nope. Bryan Danielson did his role, got the win. And so, after the match, Tony Schiavone hopped in the ring. He told him, he said, look, I beat your other guy, I beat this guy. Hangman think he the guy. Might as well, I got another fight in me. So you might as well come on out here right now. I want to take that title off of him. Well, sure enough, Music goes off. Hangman comes out, hops in the ring. They look like they finna dabble it up. And then he dips off, playing the heel, because that's what he doing. He doing his role. And listen, man, when these two finally lock up, oh, they gonna tear the house down. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page. I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen. That match gonna be off the chain. I can't wait. So we move on. We move on to the main event. Now, I told y'all I don't give a rat's behind about multi-man matches unless they mean something. This actually was a very good match. As much as I can't stand Cody Rhodes, this was a great main event. And it was all over the place. Now, let me talk about the part with the fans. Cody is getting booed like crazy. Listen, Chicago don't like that man for nothing. So, you know how he takes off his belt and throws it into the crowd? Takes off his belt, throws it in the crowd, and thank God for the ropes being right there. Somebody threw the belt back. Arby was standing right there. If that rope wasn't there, that belt could have easily hit her in the face. When they threw the belt, it hit the ropes, and you could see it started her because she stopped a little bit, and then she had to get right back on track and get involved with the main event. So, in this matchup, you got the Lucha Bros, Penta, Ray with Alex Abrahantes, Cody Rhodes with the Enforcer, the Glock Man, Arn Anderson versus the Bastard, Pac versus the AAA Tag Champs, FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, Tully Blanchard, Malachi Black, Andrade Idolo with Jose the Assistant. This matchup was everywhere, all over the place. Cats was beating the bricks off each other. Look, like I said, I told y'all, I'm not a fan of these multi-man matches. But these cats, they tore each other up. And I was looking for something to transpire, but apparently nothing transpired at the end. Nothing transpired. Because they still trying to milk this situation with Cody. They are milking it to the highest order. They are milking it. They are milking this mess. Andrade gets the pinfall on Pac thanks to Malachi Black spraying the mist. That's how the show goes off. Like I say, a decent episode, very good episode. But like I said, I told you the stuff I wasn't feeling. Pacing was fine. I didn't have no problem with the pacing because it seems like Tony Khan is getting his pacing stuff right. But the stuff that I had an issue with, that's what I had an issue with. And before I finish, I told you I was going to talk about Mr. Austin Gunn. So apparently, there's a lot of people that don't like the Guns like I do. Now, everybody, the mama, know Billy Gunn's past. Everybody know that fool dressed up in blackface, not once, twice. Did it over in the E when it was D-Generation X making fun of the Nation of Domination. Then he ran over to Impact or TNA and did the same exact thing. So, fools found some tweets. Matter of fact, I think it was my guy's Public Enemy in them. They found some tweets by that man talking about saying, the N-word. And lo and behold, everybody was rushing to quote unquote cancel the man, right? So he put out a apology. And he said, I'm sorry for what I said. I was 17 years old. I was saying it because it was in the music and quote unquote, I wasn't raised like this, and and I'm sorry, and let's move on. When he said I wasn't raised like this is pretty much I'm only apologizing because I got caught. He wasn't sincere, and like I said, he said he wasn't raised like this when I just told you Billy Gunn wore blackface twice. Yes, he was raised like that. That's a lie from the pit of hell. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, man. But like I said, Cass was trying to get rid of him. Cass was trying to cancel him because why? They have no desire to see these fools. I wasn't trying to cancel them because of that. I just had no desire to see him. I didn't want to see him from the first place. But the fact that they did this foolishness, it is what it is. But knowing Tony, he's going to keep him on TV anyway. It is what it is. Like I said, I really don't have no desire to see him anyway. I don't. But I was laughing at that line when he said, talk about some. I was 17 and I wasn't raised like this. Stop it. So, I talked about this before. Remember Excalibur situation and Kevin Owens, the PGW situation. Listen, I still don't understand this. I'm talking to my white folk, my white brothers and sisters that subscribe to my channel. I'm not talking to nobody, and Hispanic too. Alright. Why in the world do you desperately want to use the N word just because you hear cats that look like me use it? That's just a genuine question I want to ask. First of all, listen to me. I don't think nobody should use it. I don't even think our people should use it. I know why we use it. We claim to take the power back out of it. To me, to me, this is just my honest opinion. I think that's just silly. But the fact that our people use it, you desperately want to use it as well. What kind of excuse is that? Like, why do you want to use it? I mean, I'm serious. Like, no. I don't give a care the fact that our people use it. Why do you want to use it so bad? I don't care. You know what the word means. I don't give a crap if it's the A or the E. I don't care. It's the same word. I don't care if it's the E or the A. It's the same exact word. It's a disgrading word. Why do you want to use it? Genuinely, I'm just asking. Why do you want to use it? You shouldn't want to. And then, everybody was quote tweeting it because he turned off his reply, so you can only quote tweet him and everything. And then people said, why everybody always rushing to cancel somebody because of something somebody said from way back in the day. Let me tell you something. If you are on social media, you better go and check to make sure you ain't got no stupid stuff. Because I understand everybody done stupid stuff in the past. But listen, saying some foolishness like that, and you know dang well you ain't got no business saying no mess like that, I don't give a care. I told you. Ain't nowhere in the world, period, you should be using that word. I don't care. Just because our people use it, don't give you the right to use it. I don't care if it's in the music. I don't care. I don't give a care. I don't. Like I said, I told you, personally for me, I don't use it either. I think it's a disgrading word. I think we as a people, we disgrade ourselves every day calling each other that. But look, if they want to use it, that's up to them. They can use it. I can't go. Look, this is for me. I'll just tell somebody black. If they talking to me, just talk to me in a respectful manner. Don't use that terminology talking to me. Now, you could talk to everybody else like that. That if you want to talk like that, now I'm talking to the cats that look like me. I'm talking to black folk. If you want to use that terminology, by all means. But here's the deal: when you addressing me, don't ever call me that. Don't. Like I said, because I don't care if people can say, well, it's the same exact word. It's the ER, it's the A, it's the same thing. It's a disgrading word. Why do you want to disgrade? That's the same thing with women calling each other female dogs. It's a disgrading word. It's you disgrading yourself. Why do you want to disgrade yourself? Because it sounds cool, it sounds edgy? No. Like I said, we as a people, we don't have no respect for one another. Men don't respect each other. Women don't respect each other. Like I said, this is what I was taught. I was taught, treat others as you want to be treated. This right here, this whole thing, it just stirs up bad blood. First of all, we already know racism is still alive and well. Like, don't be stupid. But don't try to come up with a answer because you're trying to justify it. You can't. There is no justifying anybody that's not black using that word. And like I said, I don't think it's justified with us using it either. That's just me. But I don't care. It could be in a song. Just edit yourself. You know how to edit yourself. Edit yourself. If it's in the music that you listen to, edit yourself. That's all you have to do. It's not that hard. I don't know why y'all try to make it this difficult. Then you go on this long belly aching. And I saw some of the people's responses. They sound so doggone goofy. Talk about where Eddie Kingston used it and all this. I mean, I ain't looking. I don't know why you had to be this goofy, this hard-headed. Don't say it. That's it. Just don't say it. That's all. You don't have to say it, man. You don't. And like I said, his apology, he only apologized he got caught. I read that stuff. I'm like, he ain't really, it's, listen, Excalibur, for me, his was more sincere, if anybody. Outside of all the fools that been caught up saying it, from Hulk Hogan to Vince McMahon to all these other folk, Excalibur seems to be the only one that actually seems sincere when he apologized about it. What happened with him back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, if you ain't black, don't use it. And like I said, I think black people shouldn't use it, period. I don't think we should. I don't. Because it's a disgrading word. It's disgrade to the core. But like I said, they talk about, oh, we just put the... No, it's a disgrading word. You can come up with that, we put the power in the foolishness all you want. It's a disgrading word, period. But it is what it is, man. That's my whole thing on the Austin Gunn situation. I would not be shocked if my comment section is full of people going off. By all means, go off, but here's the deal. Keep it respectful. Keep it respectful in the comment section. That is all I'm going to say. I'd have gone on way too long about the situation. I tried to explain my take on the situation because I said I was going to explain it and talk, give my take on it. Like I said, that fool had no business saying that stuff. He had no business whatsoever. And then go be goofy. Ask yourself this. You put it on social media. It's out there. Fools going to run back and try to find something that you said. That you don't put it out there. Then you ain't got to deal with the stuff. But you gonna go put it on social media. Dang well it was gonna go viral one way or another. Like I said, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I mean, Tony Khan go keep him on TV anyway. People talk about why you all trying to cancel him, man. I'm like, look, the boy canceled himself. If you asking me, because you was the goofy to put that foolishness on social media, thinking there wasn't nobody gonna see it. I mean, that's to me, that's just straight stupid. It's real stupid. Like, don't... Common sense. Don't say it. I don't care. Don't say it. I don't care if it's in a rap song. I don't care if cats that look like me use it. Don't say it. That is the end of the story. End game. Don't say the word. I'm serious. You don't... Look here. You don't see us run around here constantly calling somebody the C word. I'm not even finna say it. First of all, to me that's just stupid. But you don't see us hopping on saying it and all this goofy stuff. It's just so stupid. This is what I say, man. Look, we really are living in. I just hate it. I just hate having to keep dealing with stuff like this. As long as I've been a part of the IWC, I've always known this mess was going to keep rearing its ugly head because it just seems like we can't be one. As much as I would love for us to be one, we really can't because this stuff just keeps on finding a way to come on out. We just trying to be wrestling heads at the end of the day. We ain't trying to be dealing with this mess, but the fact that the mess keep getting thrown in our face over and over again, yes, we're going to address it and we're going to tell you the bold-faced truth how we feel about it. Whether cats don't like it or not. I'm telling you. Like I said, I've seen so many different people address this situation, but they did theirs on a tweet. I said I was going to go and give a thorough video response to the situation. I said, why not go ahead and talk about it at the end of the review? But it is what it is, man. Like I said, But for me, I wasn't checking for the Gun Boys anyway. I wasn't. So, this situation really ain't, make it worse. But I just wasn't. I was not. I said, these clowns only belong on Dark, if you ask me. Dark and Elevation. That's it. Tony Khan think, hey, I got to bring him on Dynamite and Rampage. That's dumb. But anyway, y'all, I'm coming right back because I got to talk about Rampage. This is your boy Caseyville, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. Hit the comment section up. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Holla at your boy.